What is going on, guys? Welcome to another great episode of the TPT podcast. Today it is the rundown. It is the preview for the New Orleans Saints versus Kansas City Chiefs here on a Monday. What we're going to do today is we're basically going to break down what I think the Kansas City Chiefs should do versus the New Orleans Saints on this episode of the TPT podcast.
65 toss power trap. That might pop wide open, Rats.
Kansas City Chiefs absolutely phenomenal.
Well, everybody, Monday Night Football, Kansas City, New Orleans, in Kansas City. Jamal Charles will be bringing the drum. Really excited about that. Jamal Charles back in Kansas City, banging that drum, getting the Chiefs fired up versus New Orleans. What I think the Kansas City Chiefs need to do, number one versus New Orleans, is stop that run. Alvin Kamara, I know he's a little banged up, but I'm pretty sure he's going to play in this game. So that's how the New Orleans Saints like to get going, is with Alvin Kamara. So I think they really do need to get this game and slow down Alvin Kamara, and also slow down those short passes. Is because what they're going to try to do is get in these third and short situations, these third and ones, third and twos. And that's what they're going to try to do. They're going to throw a lot of passes out in the backfield to Kamara and to the receivers, a lot of screen plays. Again, they're not going to really, I think, test the Chiefs deep. They may, because they're a team that likes to throw the ball downfield. But I see a lot of the behind the line try to make the Chiefs miss tackles, which Chiefs haven't done a great job on, is missing tackles. That brings you to my number two. Wrap up, guys. The Chiefs have missed way too many tackles. Way too many tackles. So I think the Chiefs need to definitely start wrapping up guys, and these missed tackles got to go out the door. Number three really is Chris Jones. Chris Jones beat Chris Jones versus Derek Carr. We know what he's done over the years versus Derek Carr. So that's number one, is if Chris Jones can get to Derek Carr like he usually does, the Chiefs are going to have great success on defense. Now, we got to talk about the other side of the ball that hasn't played great, the offense. Who is going to step up for Patrick Mahomes? Juju Smith-Schuster? Xavier Worthy? Who's going to step up? I know they just added Jody Fortson, so maybe they use him. Maybe they use him as more like a big receiver. We know originally he came to the Chiefs as a receiver, but I don't know if he's going to really play much. But they did add him to the active roster. And then number two for the offense is Kareem Hunt. Can they get Kareem Hunt going and really use him as a weapon? The running backs have played good so far. So do they use Kareem Hunt more as a weapon? But my main concern for this game, guys, is what wide receiver is going to step up for Kansas City. And I know we talked about in last episodes, can the Kansas City Chiefs actually go get a receiver? We know we see the Browns that are messing with Amari Cooper, Deontay Johnson. Excuse me, guys. But what receiver can they go get? Who are they going to go get to really fill in that role? Because Patrick Mahomes right now doesn't have a lot of playmakers. And what is Travis Kelce going to be? Travis Kelce right now has not been what the Chiefs needed. He's got to have a Travis Kelce-like game versus New Orleans. New Orleans defense, and you're going to see Tyrann Mathieu out there. He's going to be juiced up and ready to play versus Kansas City, because not that there's bad blood versus Kansas City and Tyrann Mathieu, but the way he kind of left the team and the last season he kind of had with Kansas City was not great. So he wants to go out there and prove, man, hey, y'all moved on from me. Because let's be clear that the Chiefs moved on from Tyrann Mathieu, not Tyrann Taylor, Tyrann Mathieu. They moved on from him. So let's make that very clear. So that's going to be an interesting storyline going into this game. There are some former Chiefs over there, Willie Gay. And I think we have a couple other guys over there that played for Kansas City. So there are some guys over there in New Orleans who are ready to play versus Kansas City. I think it's going to be a good one Monday night, but it's really going to come down to what receiver steps up for the Kansas City Chiefs. But my prediction for this game is Kansas City wins 31. They score 31. 31-23 Kansas City in Kansas City. Some of the juice comes back from Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes. The running game gets going on New Orleans. I think the Chiefs finally have a good offensive game. And Chiefs, I please hope I'm right. New Orleans is a good team. I think this is going to be a great game. 31-23 Kansas City. All right, guys. Now we're going to talk a little bit around the league. Some of the games yesterday. Baltimore versus Cincinnati. The Cincinnati Bengals. Let's talk about it. This was a team all offseason that was, they're the team in the AFC with the Kansas City Chiefs. They're the team that's possibly the team to beat in the AFC. They are 1-4. They are 1-4. They are no longer in the picture of the AFC. They would have to have an absolute turnaround after 5 weeks. After 5 weeks, they would have an absolute turnaround. I just don't see this team being able to come back. I know there's still people out there like, don't worry, Cincinnati, second half of the team, they're going to sneak in the playoffs and make a run, this, that, and the other. I don't see that at all. I don't see that at all. The Cincinnati Bengals are officially dead. The Chiefs took the arrow in week 2, and they saw the Bengal running across the field, and they went, shh. Dead. Cincinnati Bengals are dead. So I don't want to hear no more of the Cincinnati Bengals. I will no longer talk about the Cincinnati Bengals because they are a dead team, folks. They are an absolute dead team. In the grave, gone. Let's talk about another team that may be gone. I know the Jets are struggling versus Minnesota Vikings, and the Minnesota Vikings are playing the best ball in the NFL right now. They may be on their way to being a team that said they need to go get Davante Adams because there's no chemistry between the Jets receivers and Aaron Rodgers. So they're another team that needs to go get a Davante Adams so you have some chemistry with the receiver and Aaron Rodgers. The Buffalo Bills, another team in the AFC East. Luckily, they played the Dolphins twice, and they'll play the Patriots twice. Because this team is not a team that can go beat quality teams. They can't. Josh Allen is a phenomenal quarterback. But if you don't have pieces around you and that defense, I didn't talk about Cincinnati's defense, but that defense that the Bills have, it ultimately brings it down to who do y'all think the number one contender in the AFC with the Chiefs is? I still think it's Baltimore. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below who the number one contender in the AFC is with the Kansas City Chiefs. Right now, I think it's Baltimore. Buffalo doesn't look great. Houston is getting it done, but I just still think they're a step behind. So I think it's Baltimore right now. But comment below, guys, who you think the number one team in the AFC with the Kansas City Chiefs is. And let me know your scoring prediction of this New Orleans game, what the Kansas City Chiefs have to do. I may be live for this game, so make sure you guys check us out on TikTok, Instagram, and, of course, on here for post your notifications. So have your notifications on all of our social media, and I will see you guys next time on the TPT Podcast.